Hi, and welcome to Weeb Paradise, your double daily dose of anime movie recap. On today's recap, we are going to talk about Dragon Ball Z, Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, a 1993 Japanese anime science fiction martial arts film, and the 8th Dragon Ball Z feature movie. The antagonist Broly was created by Takao Koyama and was designed by series creator Akira Toriyama. Be careful, this video contains spoilers, so if you are not ready, get ready. The beginning scene takes place in space and shows a glimpse of the South Galaxy being shattered, with a voice stating that the galaxy has been destroyed. King Kai stands on his world, sensing the galaxy's attack and devastation, and, terrified, declares that his galaxy will be next. A huge spacecraft comes during a Hanami picnic, during a painful Karaoke session. A squad of soldiers and Paragus, one of the few remaining Saiyans, appear. He offers Vegeta to be the king of the new planet Vegeta. Vegeta refuses to believe that there's still Saiyan survivors after his planet destruction, but Paragus appeals to Vegeta's ego by urging him to assassinate the legendary Super Saiyan who has crushed the South Galaxy. Bulma states that Roshi is acting oddly because an unknown person stole all of Roshi's girly magazines, and Oolong departs with Vegeta. Goku is standing in line, discussing with Shishi for Gohan's school interview as to what he should say or not. Right in the middle of the interview, while being asked by the jury what his favorite hobbies are, Goku is called by King Kai. He then teleports to King Kai's world. Goku appears to have been talking to himself at school, and Shishi is questioned if Goku is a magician immediately after Goku teleports. Goku is alerted on King Kai's planet about the Super Saiyan creating chaos on the South Galaxy, and having already wiped out most of it. King Kai also tells Goku that the North Galaxy would be the next target. Goku attempts to detect the Saiyan's Kai, and, after some effort he finally succeeds to detect one, but observes that it is weak. He then activates fast transport to travel to the signal's origin, where he is surprised by the damage as well as the huge emission of the energy trail. The news that the legendary Super Saiyan is assaulting another planet arrives soon after Gohan, Future Trunks, Krillin, Master Roshi, Oolong, and Vegeta arrive. Vegeta investigates with Paragus's son, Broly. Except for Future Trunks, who does not trust Paragus and attempts to stop Vegeta, the gang on new planet Vegeta first believes that Paragus has pure intentions and truly wants to build a new planet Vegeta. Later on, it is discovered that the planet they're on is on a collision path with Comet Komori, a massive comet. Gohan, Krillin, and Future Trunks discover that the town on new planet Vegeta is in ashes and hence clearly worthless. They discover a slave society that is strip mining the planet to supply electricity to the palace. Gohan, Future Trunks, and Krillin rapidly dismantle the slave labor that was taking place in society. This is also the point at which Goku lands on the planet and gets hit by Krillin. During this scenario, Paragus also sees Goku for the first time, and the resemblance with Bardock strikes him immediately. After a few anxious minutes, Goku joyfully accepts Paragus's invitation to a feast. During the feast, Goku discovers that Paragus's Kai energy doesn't match the signature he followed to reach the planet. However, he wasn't able to think about it much more because Oolong threatened to eat the entire banquet before Goku had a chance to dig in. Then the three of them went looking for persons who had gone missing in their hometown. They were kidnapped and sold as slaves, who informed them that Paragus was not a legendary Super Saiyan. Future Trunks then claimed that Broly couldn't be him because he was a toothpick, with Krillin concluding that Paragus was possibly correct. Vegeta and Broly returned from Totokama shortly after. Vegeta became furious when Paragus refused to inform him about the legendary Super Saiyan. This occurs whenever he arrives. Vegeta felt it would be tough to locate the legendary Super Saiyan. Vegeta notices Goku in the palace and shows irritation at his presence, although he is not on the guest list. He then orders Goku to keep out of his way as he searches for and kills the legendary Super Saiyan. Broly quickly recognizes Goku and becomes furious when he sees him for the first time. A battle nearly breaks out between Goku and Broly until Paragus uses a mind control device placed on him as a teenager to bring him back under control. Unfortunately for Paragus, Broly has discovered a technique to resist the device's mind control. Paragus tells us about Broly's history during this scene. As a child, Broly was confused and mentally unstable, and he blew up at least one planet. When Paragus tried to arrest Broly as a teenager, Broly punched him in the face, blinding him in his left eye and leaving a visible scar. Then Paragus became horrified of Broly's unusual Saiyan strength, forcing him to have a scientist create a ring to manage his power, an incident that almost ended in Broly murdering Paragus. After the ring functioned, however, Paragus planned to use Broly to rule the universe. Later that night, Paragus goes into Broly's room, curious as to why Broly is fighting his control until he discovers that Goku and Broly were born on the same day. According to two Planet Vegeta scientists, on the day they were born, Broly was born with a power level of 10,000, while Goku was born with a power level of 2. According to legend, Goku cried all the time, keeping Broly awake for days on end. Broly would have a grudge against Goku for the rest of his life, and Goku's presence was most likely the reason he was opposing his control. Broly assaults Goku throughout the night after Paragus focuses on the past. This is when Broly enters his Super Saiyan state. Near the conclusion of the battle, Paragus regains control of Broly and orders him to stop fighting Goku. He barely accomplishes it. They ultimately return the slaves they saved to the palace, where they accuse Broly of destroying the planet. Meanwhile, on Paragus's ship, Goku awaits Vegeta and explains that Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan. Then Paragus decides to reveal the true reason for bringing Vegeta and the others to Earth. Broly transforms back into his Super Saiyan form as he walks towards Goku. Vegeta changes into a Super Saiyan and kicks Broly in the shoulder, claiming that the Saiyan is his to kill. However, the strike had no effect. He then fires a photon bomber at Broly, which has little impact. Broly quickly overcomes Paragus's control and transforms into a huge monster of a Super Saiyan, his most powerful form, the legendary Super Saiyan. Broly's strength is so overwhelming it shocks Vegeta, who falls to the ground, petrified with fear and despair. Broly destroys the slaves' home planet. He then chases Goku and Gohan, devastating woods and slaves with a storm of Kai blasts. Then Paragus decides to tell Vegeta the full truth about his son, the murder attempt from Vegeta's father, because of Broly's unbelievable strength, as well as their desire for revenge, if not for King Vegeta, then for his son. Broly orders them to battle him with all their might, or else he would destroy New Planet Vegeta. The battle comes to an end as Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan. Trunks arrives to support the Z-Team and quickly transform into a Super Saiyan form. Gohan follows suit. Broly in his legendary Super Saiyan form battles Goku, Gohan, and Trunks in their Super Saiyan forms. Then Broly focuses his back on the Shamwayan slaves who are currently huddled in fear, and, after giving a speech about their desire to return to their home planet, being strong enough to occasionally look up at the sky, only for it to impact the planet in full sight of the slaves instead. Gohan was shocked by this act of revenge and said that the Saiyan was pure evil, causing future Trunks to warn that the universe would be destroyed if they didn't stop him right away. As Broly moves towards them to resume their fight, Goku tells Krillin and Roshi to leave the area. The fight becomes violent and completely one-sided in Broly's favor. Piccolo appears after Broly defeats the boys and saves Gohan from a highly dangerous strike and has guessed Goku's whereabouts due to overhearing King Kai's chat with Goku earlier thanks to his improved hearing. Piccolo then distributes Senzu beans to everyone. Later, the four warriors decide to attack Broly, who is standing on a rock. Broly takes down all four of them in a matter of moments before Broly focuses on beating up Goku to a pulp, continuously punching him in the face, and blasts him meters away by a Kai explosion into a cliff. Piccolo, still suffering from a blow, tries to convince Vegeta to fight. Piccolo disowns him when he rejects him in surprise. Meanwhile, Goku finds it difficult to accomplish anything with Broly other than amusing him. Vegeta quickly remembers his inner Saiyan pride, goes back to his Super Saiyan form, and rejoins the fight against Broly. His attempts are fruitless, and he gets thrown right into a cliff as he is struck unconscious. Later, Broly discovers his father, Paragus, preparing to leave aboard a Saiyan space pod, leaving his own son to die in the planet's destruction. Broly, filled with rage, smashes the capsule and throws it directly into the comet, killing his father. In the meantime, Goku, communicating with the Z-Team through telepathy, asks them to lend him their strength, claiming this is the only way of getting rid of Broly, who's getting stronger by the minute, like his power has no boundaries. Goku, reinforced by his friend's power, manages to block and make Broly back off. Broly is seized with doubt as to Goku's strength. They then charge at each other, and in the exchange of punches, Goku avoids Broly's punch while throwing one of his own directly into his stomach. Broly, reminiscing his days as a baby and the trauma caused by Goku's cries, is fatally wounded by the assault as his body collapses and explodes, consumed by his own tremendous power. Comet Komori destroys the world right after killing Broly. The Z fighters and the surviving prisoners, on the other hand, manage to leave boarding the Capsule Corporation spacecraft Piccolo used to get there. In the final scene, Goku and Gohan, now fully healed, use fast transport back to their home, where they are met by a furious Shishi. Goku then informs Shishi about his favorite pastimes, which are reading and athletics. Shishi then faints from stress. 2 anime recaps per day. 1 early in the morning to wake you up, and 1 mid-afternoon to take a break after your work. That's my motto for this channel, so I am counting on you to subscribe and press the bell icon. And if you want me to recap a specific movie, let me know in the comments. I'll make sure to satisfy you. Have a great week, and see you next time, nerds.